hello, everybody, and welcome to your Energy Booster podcast. Before we begin, let me check if we are really live on our platforms. All right, and let me tag a friend. Okay, oops, it's not letting me. Give me a sec. Okay, we'll do it later. Hello once again. And yeah, this is your friend Janice Padilla. And today, as promised, we are gonna talk about how you're gonna transform your health and fitness this year. And I have a very special guest. I met her not really yet in person, but she is my sister, sister in Christ, of course, and she is also a John Maxwell certified coach and speaker as well as a trainer. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have today a special guest. Her name is Dr. Lucy A. Villarreal. She is a former classroom teacher, school counselor, school principal, leadership development specialist, university educator, preparation director, and university assistant dean. Her career spans more than 2 decades in public education and nearly a decade in higher education. Her leadership work includes working with more than 40 school districts across the state of Texas, developing and delivering professional developments and support to district administrators, teachers, and paraprofessionals in the areas of leadership, innovative practices, coaching, student learning, professional evaluations, teacher pipelines, and most recently serving as an independent educational leadership consultant to half dozen of school districts across the state of Texas. She is currently, as I mentioned, a John Maxwell certified coach and trainer, where she trains individuals to find their God given purpose in life and create their best version of themselves. So we have the same passion, exactly. And she owns her private coaching and consulting company. On a personal note, she loves to promote health and fitness. That's why I chose her to I chose her as my special guest for this specific topic because I'm really following her in her social media and what she's doing. And yeah, she's always on the go. She's always um having a workout. If not, she's on a marathon or no, yeah, like stuff like that. She's running or jogging and walking. She's very active despite of her very hectic schedule. So I was like wondering, how is she doing that? And yeah, I'm so inspired by that. And yeah, she loves to promote health and fitness by living a healthy lifestyle. She is a big proponent of self-care, just like me, as a way to give the best of herself to others. She runs regular 5 and 10Ks. I haven't even run one yet. And is committed to a life of physical activity where she involves her entire family. And she is ready to serve you on your journey to become the best personal or professional version of yourself. And of course, as a successful leader of yourself, your family, or your entire tribe. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my dear friend, Dr. Lucy. Hi!
Hi, Janet, and hello everyone who's joining us today live. And also hello to those of you who will be replaying this later on. Um, Let me see. I am Dr. Lucy Villarreal, and a disclaimer, I am not a medical doctor. I am a doctor in educational leadership. like Janet said, I'm very honored and thankful to Janet for inviting me to be her special guest. I too admire her very much, and we have very similar passions. And so I just want to thank you, Janet, for having me today. Thank you.
You
I
are welcome.
like Janet said, I am a personal life coach and a trainer with the John Maxwell Leadership Team. And I do own my company, my own coaching and in consulting, educational consulting company. Janet asked me to join her in this podcast, which, by the way, it's my very first one. I've never participated in one before, so she's really breaking me. So if I seem nervous, it's because I am nervous.
It's
Um,
okay.
Even though I have been in education, I was in education. I was sharing with her, and I've shared with her for 20 years. I'm in a new field, in a new arena, and I admire her and the vision she has for brand making and for sharing and adding value to others. So once again, Janet, thank you so much for having me, and I hope that today's conversation adds value to all your viewers and my viewers. So thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm so excited for this. I was really looking forward for this day. And yeah, to start with, shares your story. How did you get into this health and fitness journey?
Well, before we start discussing as to how I got into this health and fitness journey, I would like to make sure that everyone understands the difference between health and fitness, because there is a difference, and people use those two terms interchangeably, and sometimes they think it's the same thing. So health refers to, for example, your ability to perform an exercise such as running or jogging, swimming, biking, etc., or lifting weights. Health refers to your overall well-being. So that's it, it's different. So but you need to also know that health, to being in good health, you have to practice some kind of physical activity, right? So so um so um health transcends physical, the physical, your physical health. It includes, for me, health, it includes emotional, spiritual, and the mental health of a person. So let us just make sure that we distinguish that, viewers. Fitness is your ability to do something, and then health is your overall well-being. Having said that, I can begin to share with you my health and fitness journey. So my fitness journey dates back to when I was very, very young. I was raised with two brothers, and they were very active. And I can recall us, just playing outside, playing sports, and that involve a lot of physicality. I've always enjoyed exercise. That's one of my passions. Exercise increases dopamine, so it makes you happy. And I'm a happy junkie person. I like to be happy. I regard myself, as my bio says, as a Pollyanna. I choose to see the bright side on things. So I'm addicted to happiness. I chase happiness. I chase joy. I'm a Christian woman, and I know that God wants us to be joyous. So I look for that joy everywhere I can. I also believe God wants us to take care of our bodies. It is the temple of the Spirit. Therefore, I prioritize my health, and I stay active. But yes, but this so fitness for me began at a very young age, not with a lot of health in mind, but my health and my fitness journey has transformed, has evolved with time, right? So when I was young, uh, I wanted to just exercise and look good and feel good. Later on in life, it changed when my mother was a smoker, and she developed a heart disease. So, in a Hispanic culture, many times we do not prioritize diet and exercise. And that was the case in my family. That was not a focus of our family. Exercising and eating healthy was not, a focus. We ate what we had, and exercise was work, right?
Yes, that's right. That's in our culture too, as Filipinos.
Yes. So you understand that. So um my fitness and journey store I mean, I started incorporating the health journey evolved into having a health focus. My mother got sick, had a heart disease, and then I had a sister that developed diabetes and overweight, and then she was on dialysis. My sister was on dialysis for about 6 to 8 years, and so I was her support person, and I started going to the clinics with her to get tested and to be put on a list for a kidney transplant. So that really, just like I tell you, my thinking changed from being fit to now it's an overall health. Like I said, you evolved. I've evolved because, like I share with you, health refers to the overall well-being. We're a trifecta. It's the mind, it's the body, and it's the spirit. So it's nourishing those three pieces. Fitness, it's just the beginning part of your good health. You've never seen a healthy person without having fitness, right? So you always have to practice some kind of exercise. So my health and fitness story includes the fact that I've seen illnesses in my family that have been devastating. So my sister did get a kidney transplant. So she has a transplanted kidney, and she continues to struggle with her health. And I just vowed to myself, and I promised to myself that I was going to do whatever I needed to do to um to not be in that situation, right? And then also one of the major reasons as to why I focus so much on my and I prioritize health and fitness in my life, because I believe that no one can pour from an empty cup.
True.
If
That's
you
right.
are to take care of others, in my case, I was responsible for taking care of my mother and my sister, then therefore that implied that I needed to be healthy, right? So that has been my driver. Like I tell you, it started as just fitness. I was an aerobics instructor when I was 18 years old. As a matter of fact,
Wow.
I met my husband at a gym. We met at a gym. My husband, what helps me too, and what has helped my journey in staying healthy and fit, is the fact that my husband is into fitness. He was a weightlifter and a runner. So now in his 60s, and I'm in my 50s, so we continue that journey. So we've seen payoffs, and um, exercise not only changes your body, but it affects your mood, it affects your emotions. To me, I'm a better person when I exercise, when I run. You often see those gifs that say, if I don't go running, I can kill somebody. I can hurt somebody if I don't exercise. I'm at that point. So yeah, so exercise changes your attitude, your mind, your mood, and that's one of the reasons I do it. But like I said, in a more serious part is the fact that I've seen illnesses firsthand, and it's something that can be preventable. I believe in prevention. So why do we wait until we have this illness? Why do we wait until we contract diabetes to start exercising, to start eating healthy? um I am a proponent, and this is what has guided my life, is balance. Life is a balance. You can't put all things on one side, and tilt the weight all to one side. You have to find that balance. And yes, I realize that that's one of the most difficult things to do in life. So if I can help anybody by my experience, that's why I'm here for. And I think that's why Janet invited me, to add value to someone, and that someone today finds value in my story. And I know, Janet, you asked me to come up with some tips, So I've got that. I know you said 3 to 5 tips. I came up with 10.
Wow.
I
You're an
said,
A+ student. I know, right?
no, you're a good teacher, and you just you get people to give you more than what you ask for.
Okay, here, before we get into the tip. Okay, so the problem usually is, yeah, I really want to be healthy. I don't want all these illnesses. Um yeah, okay, tomorrow I'll exercise, like stuff like that. And then tomorrow comes and I'm tired today. Like, this is very usual. And I think majority of us is doing this to ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
we have the drive, we want to do it, but why it's that it's not happening? And if it's gonna happen, then we don't stay consistent. So how can we help our audience here really make a commitment on themselves to start doing it and start taking care of themselves as a priority over anything else? Because sometimes we get caught up on our bills and we focused on more on working, earning that money, taking care of other people more than we take care of ourselves. So
Mhm.
how?
Yes. So there's a couple of things that I would like to say in reference to your question. One, a lot of people say, I'm tired. I don't want to exercise because I'm tired. Well, you're not tired. I mean, you're tired because you're not exercising. But people
That's
don't
true.
understand
That's
that.
true. I believe in that.
You're tired because you are not taking care of yourself. There's an unbalance there. You're either not sleeping right, you're not eating the right foods, you're not there's that's a sign. That's a red light. When you feel tired, that's a red light. Because, and this is what I tell everyone, because like you mentioned earlier, a lot of people tell me, Lucy, where do you find all this energy? And
Yes.
as silly as it sounds, I find it in exercising, right? So the more you exercise, the more energy you get, the better you sleep, the happier you are. But you just have to try it. If you don't believe me, try it. And you will have that. So that's one thing. If you're feeling tired because you're not taking care of yourself, there's an imbalance there. Whether it has to be with your diet or sleeping habits or you're not exercising. So for when you ask me, well, how can you make people commit themselves to do it? It's a
I like,
simple.
yeah, how can we find time? We're busy. We have bills. We have children. We're taking care of everybody,
I know,
right?
I know, but first of all, your thinking has to change, right? So you have to have this, yes, because look, there's even a scripture in Romans that says, you cannot conform to the no longer to the ways to the patterns of this world. You have to renew your mind, and through the renewal of your mind is that you get to do all these things. So you have to
Amen.
renew your mind. You have to have the right thinking. So you have to work with your thinking. So and you have to ask God to give you that. If you just can't find it in you, you just have to ask God to give you that renewal of your mind, because it starts with your mind. It's a mindset. And this is what I tell my friends. It's not a diet. It's not a punishment. This is actually a gift from God that you're able to move your body. But who gives you all this? So I say all of this to say that it starts in your head. It starts in your mind. You have to, and if you just can't find it, you're just gonna have to ask God to give it to you, because it's gonna start there. It starts
Yeah.
in you, in your mindset. Thinking about self-care, thinking about, I cannot take care of my family, I cannot give others the best if I don't have the best, right? So it starts with that. It starts with understanding that you cannot add value to others when you don't value yourself. So when you internalize those thoughts, that kind of thinking, you take action. You don't hesitate about it. And when you start physically feeling better, sleeping better, you have a better mood, a better disposition, you get hooked. But you have to try. And you can't wait until everything is perfect, until you have the perfect workout clothes, the perfect workout partner. You can't, because if you do wait until everything's perfect, you'll never get started. So the renewal of the mind starts there.
I totally agree on that. And let me just add one thing too. This is what I've been studying lately. Like, we can't just do it all by ourselves. Willpower alone will
Mhm.
not make us do things
Exactly.
consistently, but the Holy Spirit, but God's, through God's guidance and mercy in power, then all things are possible.
Exactly, Janet. Especially when you just can't find it in you, if because we all know these things, we have the knowledge, but we just
True.
don't. So we know what we need to do, we just don't do it. So that's the only advice I can give you, that because I mean I can talk to you about um illnesses and how people get sick and how devastating it is and how time consuming it is and how much money it costs us. And if that doesn't scare you, you really need to take it to God, and ask God to give you that ability to be able to act on what you should be acting on. We're called to take care of our bodies. Our bodies are the temple of God,
The
so
Holy
we
Spirit.
have to take care of our bodies. So that's one of my primary focuses for myself. And if I'm always ready and willing to help anyone. If any of my friends say, hey, I need to start um working on my health, I always offer. I love to exercise, so I usually run in the mornings 3 days a week. So the days that I don't run, or I run in the mornings, and that's going to be one of my tips, early in the morning. Because for me, if I don't do it early in the morning, the chances of it happening decrease. So what's important to you, what you prioritize, you do early in the morning. So what's important to you, you'll do it. If not, you find excuses to not do it. So yes. So I offer, I can go for a walk, I can give you advice on how to eat healthy. I have a lot of books because I'm passionate about healthy eating. And so I'm always willing to help others, because I think that that's also, if it's a natural gift given to you, you have to share with others. Yes.
That's true. So are we in the tips now?
If
If
you
you got
want me to,
some question.
yes. So I wrote a couple of tips, some that work really phenomenal for me. And the first one is that you need to work on your thinking, and we said that already, on your mindset,
Yes.
right? Get on the right mindset. Everything starts in the mind. So your thoughts become your habits, and your thoughts become your actions, and your actions become your habits. So work on your thinking first. So everything happens here and it starts here. Everything starts as a thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tip number two is get up early. If you don't do it early in the morning, the chances of you doing it decrease. So you do it like brushing your teeth. You do it before the brain registers that you're doing something that perhaps at the beginning you're going to find painful. Because a lot of even friends of mine have told me, Lucy, exercise is painful. I don't
Yes.
even walking. Like I don't like walking. Like for me, it's hard to believe because I love it, right? But they tell me, no, I don't like it. I don't like putting tennis shoes, going outside. I don't like it. So do it first thing in the morning. This is something you have to do, because this is like brushing your teeth. You're taking care of your health. So get up early in the morning and do it before the brain registers what you're doing. Number three, find an accountability partner, a buddy, somebody
Mhm.
that makes you accountable for it. I've got for running, I'm just very lucky that my husband runs, so he runs with me. But I also have one very special accountability partner, and her name is Jenny, and she hasn't been running with me because some issues that were happening with her health, but we hope to get back in on track. But and she's only 30 years old, so she's younger than me, so she motivates me. And then of course, because I've been doing this for a very long time, and she just started running 3 years ago, and she started, I taught her how to run. I took her through the process. I took her through, you walk first. I would walk with her and 5 minutes, then we would run five and then walk. So someone who had never ran, because she's a cowgirl, she rides horses. Now
Oh yeah.
she's been running. She ran with me 5Ks. We were training. She wanted to do a half marathon with me. So this is someone who was able to pick up the habit, and she's addicted to it now. So she was my accountability partner, and it was like a 6 a.m. Running club. We had this time that at 6 a.m. we would go running. And so find yourself an accountability partner. So she kept me going, although most of the time I don't need motivation from the outside, because this is already in me. This is already something that I can do alone. I don't
Hmm.
necessarily need the motivation, but it's an add-on to me. It makes it fun. And what makes it so fun to me, Janet, is that I'm helping her,
Yes.
and that we're doing it together. And so find yourself an accountability partner. And then there's times too when, you know, I feel like, because we all have those times, and don't think that somebody who's into health and fitness does this every single day without complaint and everything. No,
It's hard.
the challenges are real. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm
True.
gonna tell you, this is, I get up every day, and I'm happy to do it. Most of the time I do, 85% of the time, but there's sometimes that 15% for whatever reasons are happening in your life. Especially when I work out of town, because what I do, I train school leaders, and sometimes I go work in other places. And so I come back home late at night. I'm tired. So I'm thinking, "Oh, I don't want to go run at 6 a.m." But Jenny's calling me and telling me, "Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready. We're gonna go." Okay, we're going.
That works so much.
So yes, so have an accountability partner. So that was number three. Number
Yeah.
four is join a fitness community. You have to have a community. For example, I belong to this fit leader. We're called the fit leaders. So we're all educators who work on the fitness. And this is a community on Twitter. So you're welcome to join us. The hashtag is it's fit leaders, FIT, and then leaders. And this is on
Fit
Twitter.
leaders. Okay, they can find it. Let me
Yes, if
type
you
it.
can find it, I invite everyone to join us. You don't have to be an educator. This is something that began us as educators. I do have a professional learning network on Twitter. Yes, that's it, Janet. Yes.
Nice.
So join
Yeah.
us on Twitter, and this is helpful because we help one another. Like, we post our pictures, and guys, let me tell you something. When somebody posts a picture, don't hate on it. It's not to make other people feel bad, by all means. You know what? As I know, and we've talked about this in our group, it's to motivate, it's to inspire others, right? It's for you to reach out and say, "Hey, Lucy, help me. How can I do this? I see you doing this." Just like Janet invited me to, hey, share some of those things that you're doing with others. So that's what we do. So a community that supports you, that's like-minded, that you help one another, you encourage, you support, you motivate. So find that community, and this is one example. You can join us. So I gravitate around people who like to exercise. I run, but I also like to lift weights. I used to do CrossFit. So now I want to start working on weights more, and strength training. As you get older, your muscle mass decreases. So I wanna have new friends that know about weightlifting. So just create that community. Surround yourself with people who have the habit that you want to have.
That you
Remember,
want to have.
yes,
Yes.
remember, we become the average of the five people that we spend the most time with. So choose wisely. So what are those things that you want to become? Surround yourself with around those people. My boss used to say, you cannot expect to fly like an eagle if you hang out with turkeys.
Chickens. Yeah. Yes, that's right. I believe in that. Yeah.
So that was tip number 4. Join a fitness community. 5, consistency over intensity. Don't get too hung up on intensity that, oh, I'm going to go run for 1 hour, I'm going to run 10 miles. Girlfriend, boyfriend, don't. You
Yeah.
know, intensity, it's overplayed. It's overplayed because what is key here is consistency. Or you doing this every single day, or you running 10 miles once a month and you never do it again, or you're working out once a month and you never do it again. Oh, but I was at the gym 5 hours. No, it doesn't work like that, right? So consistency is key. So consistency over intensity. That's tip number 5. Number 6. So if you want to start building a habit, in this case of fitness, then you have to, for example, prepare all your clothes the night before, and you have to
Yes.
set your alarm. So a tip that I give everyone, because it works very well for me, at night I prepare all of my jogging stuff, my tennis shoes, my socks, my what I'm gonna wear, everything. So I lay it there. One, you're telling your brain already before you go to sleep in the morning, I'm going to get up and do this. So you're preparing your brain to do that. You set your alarm. When that alarm rings, you get up. That works for me. So that's tip number 6. Prepare all your clothes and set your alarm the night before. 7, sleep well. Guys, if you don't sleep well, there's no way you're going to get up and run 2, 3 miles or walk 45 minutes. You will not be able to because you didn't sleep well. The recommended time is 7 to 8 hours. I, for example, have to sleep 8 hours. When I don't sleep well, I cannot exercise because my body's not well rested, right? So sleep well. That's tip number 7. If you want to be fit, you have to sleep well. That's part of the fitness plan, sleeping 7 to 8 hours. And then also something very important, another tip is that to stretch before any fitness activity. So make sure that you are stretching because you don't want injuries. If you injure yourself, game over. So see, it's very important to stretch, and then also to stretch yourself after, before you exercise and after. Now, the older you are, the more important this is. When I was 25 years old, I could just get up and take off running, right? Now it's like if I don't if I don't stretch for 50, 20 minutes, I'm bound to come back with an injured knee or heel or something. So stretch before any fitness activity, number 8. Number 9, be patient with yourself. Extend
This is
grace.
very important, right?
Yes, yes. If you miss one day, if you say, I'm going to walk 3 times a week and you miss one day, don't say, well, I already missed one day, I'm not going to do it the next day because I already missed one day. Be patient and say, you know what, I'm trying, this got in the way, life happens, just do it again. Just like, like the doctor, they tell you, if you miss when you take medication, if you miss your pill, just take it the next day, but don't abandon that habit that you're trying to create. Just do it, just do it again the next day. So be patient with yourself. um this is a journey, this is a marathon, this is not a sprint, this is a marathon, because guys, health and fitness, it's a lifestyle. It's not something to be done one day, it's a lifestyle. This is why a lifestyle includes your thinking, a lifestyle includes um your mindset, right? When you run a marathon, more than half of that effort, it happens with your mind. The body's just reacting to what the mind is doing. So it's very, very important. So renew your mind, read the Bible, fill your mind with all things that are positive, all things that give you strength. So just be patient with yourself. And number 10, very important, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. It's this is, if you're going to work on a fitness regimen or you're going to start, some kind of exercise, yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Staying hydrated. What I recommend, alkaline water. I drink alkaline water. So if you can, guys, that's the best water to drink. And then during the day, drink green tea. Green tea does wonders. It helps a lot. Um, it boosts your immune system. You know, it burns fat. So stay hydrated. So those are 10 tips for fitness. And then because I always do more than what they ask me, I
You're so good. I'm loving this.
I have 2 tips
Okay.
for diet. Even though you didn't ask me, but for diet, take vitamins. I cannot stress important and your multivitamin supplement. You cannot exercise, you cannot get into a fitness regimen if you're not taking vitamins. Guys, we don't eat the food we eat does not have all the vitamins we need. So you have to have multi supplements, multivitamin supplements. So, and then eat a healthy diet. So, when I talk about a healthy diet, and this is why, as a matter of fact, I just did a post the other day about balance because you have to have balance. But whenever possible, incorporate veggies in all your meals. Make sure that every meal has a vegetable, whether it's a tomato, a piece of onion, green beans. Incorporate vegetables in it, and let the majority of your meals be protein and veggies. So the other thing that I also, tell friends whenever they ask me, fruit instead of candy. Just get a fruit instead of candy, right? And
True.
so I don't have a big problem with that because I don't have a sweet tooth. But when I do, I just get a fruit. Apples it can have a lot of sugar. A banana, and that curbs your craving for candy. For those of you who like candy a lot, that are sugar lovers.
Yes. So like right, what specific supplement, do you take? So like, some tips on supplementation because I do take supplements too. So but yeah, I want your opinion on that.
Well, I take multivitamins. So
Mhm.
multivitamins, they have already vitamin B, C, D, E. They have all of those. But in addition to that, I take up collagen. I do protein shakes for
Mhm.
the extra protein. Let me see, what else do I do? I take the protein. I take my vitamins. Um, the vitamins already have the ones that I take. They already have all of those. When I do smoothies, and what I do, I put chia seeds, I put hemp seeds. So those for me are the supplements that I take. You know, so everything I just make sure that everything that I take it's natural, and I add it to the oatmeal or everything else. But chia seeds, hemp seeds, I eat a lot of avocado, olive oil, um, but my vitamins, they already have everything in it, and plus the collagen that I also take. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So do you have like a pre-workout, a supplement that you take like or post-workout or like, before you go jog, do you take anything or like that to give you strength, energy?
No, in my case, I don't, Janet. I'm very sensitive um, to products that enhance that. I know I've bought pre workouts in the past. They make me very jittery, and so
Mhm.
I'm very sensitive to that. Since I run 3 times a week, early in the morning, 6 a.m., I don't have time to eat anything. So I have already trained my body just to take off without eating. So I don't. But since I started weightlifting, now I do take I but just eat a banana before it. But I don't take a supplement because for me it just make me very nervous and jittery. I haven't found
Yeah,
the one
so.
that helps me, but
Oh.
yeah, no.
Okay. Yeah. Cause like, yeah, I'm so particular with this too, because I've been listening to podcasts and all that's, content. So, I'm always into like, what can I do more? Like, how can I make it better? Stuff like that. We ask that to improve the quality of our life. But yeah, thank you for sharing all of this. Okay,
Or the
so what else for diet? Yeah,
or
go
the
ahead.
performance, you want to increase the performance, but you have to be careful because a lot of those things are overrated, and
Mhm.
they overpromise things. I mean, I tell you, what I have tried does not work. You want to optimize your performance, eat well, sleep well, take your vitamins, be, another thing, I mean, you have to be stress free. You have to, and none of us are stress free, right?
Yes.
But you
Of
have to,
course.
none of us are, but you have to, this is why for me, reading God's word is what puts me at peace, what gives me the hope, what, yes. So I cannot recommend anything better than that, because everything else will be temporary fix, will fix you for a little bit, but not forever. So, but try to create boundaries, try to self care, try to just control the things that you can. That's part of your overall health. And when you don't control those things, when you don't put boundaries in your life, when we have to say no. If you This is the thing, guys, too. If you want to, guys, this is the thing. You want to take care of yourself, it takes time. So you have to prioritize it, which means you have to say no to other things. A lot of us don't want to say no to other things, and we want to be pleasing people. Well, we're not here to please nobody but the Lord. And the Lord
Amen.
says, Amen. And the Lord says, take care of your body. And it starts with you, and you're the instrument. You're my hands and feet. So how are you going to help others if you don't take care of yourself? So it starts there. So we were talking about the diet. So I recommend
Yeah.
green tea. If you tell me, well, if we talk about adding something that gives you that extra hump, for me, it's green tea. It's got
Mhm.
caffeine. It's green tea. I do drink coffee. I like 2 cups a day. That also gives me that boost,
Yeah.
that energy boost that you need. The coffee, the green tea. And then this is something that I learned maybe about two years ago. I was reading this book about that guy that travels the world looking for the places where people live the longest. I can't remember his name right now. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, no, no. Who is
Is this
this?
guy who travels the world to go and sees communities of people who live the longest and the healthiest, and he finds blue zones. It's called the Blue Zone book. So he
Oh.
researches this individual, and I'll tell you the name of the book later and the name of the author. I just can't remember it. But and there was a documentary on Netflix called Happy People, or something like that. I can give you that information for your audience and your viewers later. Um, but the reason I'm mentioning that, okay, so I learned that from that book. It says that we're supposed to have our stomachs 80% full only. We're not supposed to eat until we're full. Eat 80% of your meal and be 80% full only. So now that's what I do. I don't wait until I'm super full. I only eat 80% of the meal. So he discovered that those people in those areas that live healthier, I mean, very healthy and longer, is because they eat less. So they eat less portions. I mean, that's not a brain, I mean, that's not um, something that I discovered America, right? Or he discovered America.
Mhm.
But it's something that we in America we don't do, because in America everything's big. You know, we
True.
big everything. In the restaurant, they give you this plate, which it's meant to be eaten by two people, but they give
True.
you just one person. So, and interestingly enough, in this book, they talk about these places. They're in Europe. They're in area. It's not America where this is where the poor people are living the longest. So I learned
Mm.
from that, and so don't overeat. And as Christians too, we're called not to overeat. That's also a sin,
Gluttony.
gluttony.
Yeah.
So that helps you. This is why I say that having God in your life, God makes all of these things happen. All of the things that maybe you yourself, because we're mortal human beings, we can make happen, but God can. You just have to be open and do your part, right? Do your part. And then the last tip I have, and this has nothing to do with fitness or the diet, but it's a life tip. But it goes with what we're talking about, and that's a life tip. And I say to people, if you can, mentor others. Find people that are in that want to be in this journey, and help them. If you can help them with something, John Maxwell talks to us about living a life of significance versus a life of success. So when you live a life of success, it's only about you. When you live a life of significance, it's for others. So help others, and that's the other life tip. That's what makes me happy too, and this is why I'm living my best life, because I am now, and I was once living and chasing success, but now I've attained that in my career. I spent more than 20 years in education, so now my focus is different. If I have something to offer, I want to give it, and I want to mentor as many people as possible. And this is one of the reasons why I agreed to be here with you, Janet, because if there's someone that needs help and there's something I can help with, by all means, you can find me, um, social media places, and I can give you that information later if any of your viewers would like to connect later with me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just go ahead and do it now. Where can people find you, Dr. Lucy?
Well, people can add me on Facebook. I'm starting. I was explaining to Janet. I'm new in the coaching business. I'm new in building a brand. So I'm just starting and I'm learning. I'm just got sent Janet to me. I'm learning from her. And so yeah, find me on Facebook, and I'm also on Twitter. And my Twitter handle is Doctor underscore letter V underscore Lucy. So
Okay,
I
let
don't
me put that there. Let's see. Is it correct?
know. Yes, yes, yes.
Amazing.
You're super
So that's
smart.
on Twitter. Just
And
following
then
you.
on Instagram, you can find me on Shine Bright Lucy.
Shine bright. This is so good. There we go. Is it?
Shine Bright Lucy. Yes, yes. Because, guys, let me just tell you also that my goal is to educate, to inspire, to motivate as many of you to live happy and healthy lives in order to be able to fulfill your God-given purpose. So that has become my life purpose. So I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. I mean, whatever you want. Janet, thank you so much for the opportunity for this airtime platform. You have really put me on the map now. I feel like somebody has.
My pleasure. And yeah, this is so much of content, so much of information that you have shared with us. Like, let me just say the 10, I'm
You wrote them
writing notes. Yeah, I couldn't be without notes. This is how I live. I'm learning from everybody. So if
down.
you guys, yeah, we'll have a quiz later. We'll have a test on this. I'm just kidding. let me just um let me just summarize the 10 tips that Dr. Lucy has shared to us earlier. Yeah, by the way, if you just coming in, we're talking about how to transform your health and fitness this year. And yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to, right? We all want to be healthy. We don't want to be sick. We just want to be active. We want to serve everybody. We just want to be happy. So this is it, guys. Dr. Lucy said number one is to work on our mindset, right? We have to start within our mind. We have to change our beliefs, or those limiting beliefs that we say to ourselves that we couldn't do it, we don't have time, we don't have the energy, and all that limiting beliefs. So we have to change our story. When we change our story, we change our lives, right? Number two is to get up early and do the hard thing first. Wow. This is the second time I'm hearing this. Ed Milet, I'm listening to his podcast. Yeah, most of the time. So that's what he said too. Yeah, you do the hard thing first. For some, for these people that I'm following, like, like Tony Robbins, he's like, okay, do the cold plunge first. Like, oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, if you are into sales, do that hardest call of the day first.
Mm-hmm.
Do the hard thing first. Like, if working out is hard for you, then that's what I do actually in the morning. It's hard. Like, it's hard to just work out, but yeah, you have to do the hard thing first. So, but in order for us to do that, we have to make time.
Yes,
So we have to adjust. You have to wake up early. Because if we don't, then we don't have time, right?
exactly.
Number three is find an accountability partner. This is very important. I totally agree with this. If there is no one that you're reporting to, then nothing will happen. Yeah, nothing will change. Like, hey, girly, I did my run today. How about you? Like,
Yeah.
we should have that friend, not
Uh,
just a friend, to go hang out and have fun, but a friend that we can answer to, like, did you do this? Did you,
yeah,
yeah, did you walk the dog?
I get it. And also, I often think about this, and it's funny, but it keeps me going. I think, a workout that you don't take a picture of, it's like a workout that didn't happen.
Didn't happen. That's right.
So make sure you take the picture so it motivates you. I have friends that sometimes tell me, "Hey, we didn't see your picture. Did you do something today? Did you run?" I'm like, okay, I'm forced to post something.
Yeah, so send that photo.
Yes, believe it or not, somebody is watching your journeys. Believe it or not, because I watch other people's journey. I watch your journey with your brand making and all the great things. And you're a Christian woman, and I connected with you through social media, and this is why we're here. So this is why somebody's always watching, and you're always inspiring and helping someone without knowing. So do it. Do those things that you know are right to do, even though they're not easy to do, but you're helping somebody by helping yourself.
That's true. You will never know who are watching.
Exactly,
You
you never
know?
know.
You will never know. Like, maybe your children are watching. Most, yeah, they are watching, and you
We are
cannot
watching.
teach them what you don't do.
Exactly. Yes, because they won't do what you tell them. They'll do what they see you do. Yeah.
That's right. So yeah, do it. Find an accountability partner. You know what I did with this? Like last year I enrolled to the gym, and I said, no, I couldn't do this if it's just me, because I don't know how to use all these machines. And so I asked for a trainer, and then like they told me, like, "Yeah, you have to pay for a trainer." Like, how much? And it wasn't cheap, girl. Like, oh my
So, yeah,
goodness.
they're
But
expensive.
then they're
Yeah.
expensive. I'm like, okay, just for me to get started and to have an accountability partner. And so after that, I can be consistent, and like, it's already a habit now. I'm
Mhm.
already on it. Like, if you, even if nobody will tell me to do it, I will do it because of that accountability partner. So it actually helps me to build that habit of doing the hard stuff. Like, okay, this is so heavy. I can't do it. Like, you can do it.
And when you do it, you become addicted to it. You become
I
addicted to the
know.
feeling of it, because that's what I'm addicted to. I'm addicted to that feeling, and I tell myself it's a good addiction.
It
It's a very
is.
good addiction. So just try it. Okay, you're doing good with the
Yes.
tips, reviewing the tips.
Amazing. And then, wow, this is too, join a fitness community. And if you want to join on Twitter, you can join Lucy, and I'll be joining them at what is this? Hashtag fit leaders.
Mhm,
Fit leader. So FIT, then leaders.
mhm.
So find people that is in alignment, those people who are in alignment with what you want with your life. Like, recently I joined the YMCA. Lucy, I'm so excited about it. It's expensive, but like, okay, this is for my whole family. We'll do it all together, and it's also building a community. Because if you don't, then you can't do it by yourself. I
Exactly.
just can't.
No.
Sorry,
No.
but yeah, I'm just being honest here.
Yes, we all need support. We all need support. Yes, it's very important. And it's so beautiful if you include all your family. For example, that's another blessing that I have from God, that my husband is into fitness. My son runs marathons. He's seen us, all his life. So as a matter of fact, he's running a marathon in LA in next month,
Wow.
and he's prepping for to qualify for the Boston Marathon. That's his goal, right? So yes, and talk about it. Who's watching? So he's doing this because he saw us. He saw my husband run and us running. So yeah, yeah,
If you didn't lead him to do that, then he won't be able to achieve what he is achieving right now. So
exactly.
great job, mom and dad. Great job. Okay, so next is number five, consistency over intensity. So that's what I'm telling my friends. Like, okay, just 5 minutes a day to start. You can do it. Yeah, 5 minutes a day. It's okay. Just do
Yeah.
it. Start it. You don't have to do it an hour. If you don't have time, just do it. Start with 5 minutes, and eventually you will grow and be
Yes,
better on it.
yes.
Oh yeah. And then number six is prepare all your clothes and your running shoes and all that stuff that you need a night before you do that run or workout. So
Hmm.
you are conditioning your brain that the following day, okay, this is it. This is what you're gonna do, just like brushing your teeth, right? When
Yes.
you wake up, that's already autopilot. Like
Mhm.
here, do it. Put it
Yes,
on. And then sleep well. This is very important because you won't have the energy that you need to do the workout or the run and all this fitness stuff if you don't have enough sleep a night before. I
exactly.
totally agree with that.
Uh-huh.
So you said it's 7 to 8 hours. I have to keep up with it. Like I just sleep like 5 to 6 hours.
Oh my God. No, you need to sleep more, sister.
Fun fact about me, I still let my kids sleep with me, and yeah, and they sleep late, like 10 p.m. and that's my husband. This is what I like about life, like
Oh yeah.
everyone just pop it. My dog will bark and all this stuff. Nothing is, everything is authentic.
You're authentic, and that's something we all love about you.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, my kids still sleep with me. Like I have a 9-year-old boy and 13-year-old girl. My 13-year-old girl will say, "Mom, I'm already 13. Why am I still sleeping with you? Why won't you let me sleep on my bed?" I said, like, yeah, I just want a huggy.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's it. But yeah, I will be on track with the 7 to 8 hours. This will be my goal for the year. I will add it to my goal for the year.
Good.
And thank you for reminding me. This is big for me.
Uh-huh.
And then, oh wow, stretch before and after any fitness activity. This is
Mhm.
very important too. Because if you don't stretch, then, well, maybe you're right. Like if you're only 25 or 18, you can. But, when you're 40 and 50, you're
Oh,
getting stiffer and stiffer.
it's very different. You don't stretch, you go out and break a leg or something. You won't be
So just
running for a year. I know.
this is so good. And then number nine, also very important, be patient with yourself. Yeah,
Yes.
we're always hard on ourselves. We are, and we tend to do that unconsciously. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, why you didn't do that? You should have just done that. And okay, don't do it. If you didn't do it, then just don't do it anymore. Just give up on yourself. And we do that.
Exactly. And this is why if you have an accountability partner or a buddy, your buddy will give you a different perspective. Like, come on, Janet, you're being too hard on yourself. It's okay. This is why that support is important. And my goodness, you're doing great because, like if you are part of a community, some of them, some community members will tell you, hey, Lucy, you ran 2 times a week. I didn't run a single time this week. So you're doing good, right? So you need that
Yeah,
that perspective. Everyone needs, fresh air, and that's what community gives you. That's what a buddy gives you. Different perspective, because we need to get out of our heads where we spend too much time in our heads, right?
true,
So
true,
we
true.
that's another limiting belief. We spend too much time in here. Let us get out of ourselves. It's not all
And
about us.
yeah, and usually if we don't catch it, like all the negative stuff are there, all the things that are not good. Yeah, if we don't catch it, like we have to, that's why we have to be mindful of what we're thinking. We have to think
Yes,
of what we're thinking all the time.
yes, yes.
So yeah, that's so good. And then lastly, stay hydrated. And you are recommending alkaline water, green tea. Alkaline water, isn't it expensive? Or it's expensive, but
But
it's
it's
another
more
investment.
expensive. Well, but it's more expensive if you're not healthy, right? You end up in the hospital. You're gonna have digestive problems. So alkaline water is it's expensive, but it helps your body. You're very regular. It helps your digestive system. It's just you're putting high. It's like putting premium gas in your car.
That's right. Yeah, and all these stuff, like this is, yeah, it's an investment for your
It's an
health.
investment. Exactly. Yes.
Eventually you will spend money for your body, and yeah, when you get sick, so which one would you choose? You spend money for your body to make it healthy and so you live longer with all the vitality, or you spend
Exactly.
money on your body when you go to the hospital and you don't have the energy and you're sick and you're just on bed, and you let all these medical professionals decide for you. You don't
So that's
want to do
terrible.
that. You don't want to do
I
that.
so dislike hospitals. I don't like hospitals. So if I can avoid them as long as I can, I will do it. I will do whatever I need to do to avoid hospitals. I've been in them for too long with my mother and my sister, and it's like, no. And I don't want to put my family in that predicament ever. I only have one son. I would not want my only child to be with me at the hospital, all this time. So I think about those things, and I think we all need to think about those things. We want to live a life of quality. So this is part of that thinking that I was telling you about.
Amazing. So yeah, I see all the worst things in the hospital. I don't want to be in the hospital as well. You don't want to, right? Who wants to go to the hospital? But in order for us not to get there, we need to do
Mhm.
something right now, at this very moment. Because if we don't take action right now, then we're just gonna postpone it, and nothing's gonna happen.
And
So
Jen, here in America, we are not focused on prevention. We just wait until we get the cancer, until we get the diabetes, until we get all these diseases to, oh, let me give you a treatment. Why didn't you give me a treatment before I got this? Yeah. So,
so true, so true. Like, yeah, I mean, well, doctors are trained to give cure and not for prevention. So prevention is up to us. We have to seek guidance, we have to read, we have to educate ourselves, we have to, yeah, I think, focus on it, give attention to our body, because God said, like, this is our body, it's a
yeah,
temple of the Holy Spirit, so we have to take care of it. And it's a command, not a
ex-
request, because He
exactly.
made this body and entrusted this body to us.
Exactly.
So there you go. Yeah, it's been, yeah, like, wow, we're on track. We're 1 hour 5 minutes on here. So wrapping up, what can you tell the audience who are here right now? Like, if there's one thing that you want them to remember, what is it?
I wrote something to close with. And I think that's what I want to close with, and that is an Arabian proverb that says, "He who has health has hope, and
Oh,
he who has hope has everything." So, Your health is your wealth. Invest in it. This is the body you're going to live in for the rest of your life. So I hope that this added value to you. And, just connect with me if I can be of more service to you. I'm here to at your service. And I thank you so much for listening to all this. And again, I hope it adds value to your life and it transforms it the way you want it to transform it.
Amazing. Thank you so much for giving all these content full of value, Dr. Lucy. I'm so grateful, beyond grateful. I don't have any words to say, but I'm learning a lot. I know for sure that our audience have taken a lot of notes as well. And, just, if they will just get like one to three of of all these tips that you have given them, and put it into action, then their lives will eventually change, because I think we are just one decision away from a
Exactly.
totally different life.
Exactly.
And there you go. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you for
And
having me. I've loved it. And yes,
yes.
we'll do it again anytime soon.
Amen. And I'm so glad to have you here, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Lucy Villarreal. And yeah, tell them again where they can find you.
All right. So at me on Facebook, guys, and also on Twitter. And do I give the Twitter handle? The Twitter handle is Dr. underscore V Lucy. And then on Instagram, Shine Bright Lucy. Go out and shine bright. Let your light shine.
Amazing. Thank you, Dr. Lucy. I'll
Thank you,
see
Jen.
you. You
All right.
are
Bye bye.
welcome. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. And yeah, God bless you all and love you much. Bye.